Hey, I'm Justin Lucas Savage at Backcountry Treks. I'm going to talk about some really cool panniers here. These are made by SW-MOTECH. These have been available in other parts of the world for a little while now, and they just recently came to the US through Twisted Throttle. Love these guys, love these panniers. They're 37 liters on each side. They also have a 45 liter. The 37 liter weighs about 11¼ pounds. So a fairly lightweight pannier. This is on the back of the F800 GS by BMW. And I've been riding around with this on and off for a couple months, but really aggressively here for the last month or so. It's on a quick lock rack here by Twisted Throttle, and the system is just amazing. I'm going to show you inside how all this works right now. So I've got these keyed the same on both sides, and you can open it up, and I'm going to talk about a couple of the different features here as we go. They have a nice little system where you can mount and basically kind of zip ties in a way. They're little plastic things, but just hold this open. Now it stays open on its own. I chose not to install those for one big reason. If you've got a bag on the back of your tank here sitting across this and you need to get into the pannier to throw something in or to pull something out, you can just open this side, and I'll show you the system here on this other side here in a second, but I can flip this off without having to lift it all the way up. I can just unclip this side, and just with that much room, this will pull off. So if you've got the bag sitting there, you can finagle your way into the inside there. So let me leave this off here and talk about a couple of the features. You have an inside lid, or an inside lid bag that you can pop into these just through Velcro is how we've got these attached right now. So very easy to do that. On the top of the lid, you have, in fact, all the way around, these plastic reinforced corners. All of the aluminum here, it's 1.5 millimeter thick aluminum. It's all robot welded, so there's no seams, and everything is sealed, all on the inside here. So all these fasteners completely sealed, completely airtight and waterproof. And I've had these in the water. Thankfully, I haven't dropped the bike yet in the water, but everything is completely sealed and dry all the way around. There's a little bit of a lip on the top of the pannier here that fits in to a groove on the top of the lid, and then there's a little bit of a rubber gasket that really pushes down, so it's completely sealed in that. So I'll open this other one up here in a second and show you that one as well. But just a little bit, just a great design on that. So let me show you the Trax Adventure, by the way. If I didn't say that earlier, let me show you how this attaches. Christine, come on over here to this other side, and we're going to talk about this side here. So it's held in just really nicely and very securely. I leave this open all the time. If you want to pop that out, you just push down on this. Push that button and it lifts back up and locks that. So that's all you do to pop this into here. Push that button and it's going to lock back in. So that's what that looks like. Come on back around here, Christine, and I'm going to talk about this key system here really quick. So to close it, to latch it, first of all, if you take the key out, the key only comes out in the locked position. So at first, talking with a couple of other guys that have these as well, this can be a little bit annoying because the key, if you're going to take it out, the box is locked and you can't close it. So to close it, you have to open or unlock it, close it, and then lock it. And then that's how you'll do that. I like this. I actually like this. It was annoying at first. The reason that I like it is that it's much harder to actually drive off with the lid open. So I usually keep the key in this, and to take the key out and to put it back in the bike, because it's on the same keychain, I'm going to have to lock this back on here. So I'm much less likely to walk away and jump on the bike and start riding without having these things locked. Again, super solid, sturdy construction. I'm going to show you how it attaches to the quick lock here. I'm going to put the key in. So there's a lock on the back here, and when you open that, this is just the quick lock, and this simply just lifts right off the bike. Super convenient. You don't have to screw anything or unscrew anything on. Kristen, come on over here and we'll take a look at the at this construction here. So Again, in the back of the box, mine's getting a little bent up because I've dropped the bike on these a number of times and testing it for you. You're welcome. So it just, you're going to have these little channels that fit right over these grommets here. So to get it back on the bike, I'm just going to line these up, drop it down, and then simply lock that back on the bike, lock it, and I'm ready to go. So again, if you want to take that off, there's some really super handy handles right on the top of this, and you can walk over to a campsite. If you're staying in a hotel, you can bring these inside with you. But it is locked on the bike, and so it would be nearly impossible for somebody to take that out and nab them. Oops. And so I'll pop that back onto the bike. Now this other one, I've had to do a little surgery on it because I've dropped the bike really hard on that side. And again, on those grommets, like as they fit into the kind of that channel that fits into the grommet on the inside of that, if the bike falls over onto that, you can mangle the boxes. It's just like any of the other boxes and stuff that you're going to have out there. So they can get mangled. So I had to go in there with kind of the claw of a hammer and pull those out a little bit because they were just really tight. So I would unlock it, really have to pull and kind of twist it to get it off. But that's going to be expected. You're going to get that with any box if you have some hard falls on it. So you need to be careful. I don't mind. In fact, I ride around with the panniers on the back of the bike here almost all the time, specifically because I dropped the bike and they're going to really protect the bike. I've got the muffler over there. The boxes, the rack actually, we'll start there. So the rack from Twisted Throttle retails for about 300 bucks, just over $300. I have 37 liter, the Trax Adventure boxes on both sides. They have a system where you can also put a 45 liter over on this side. You can put 45 liter on both sides if you want. The 45 would go on this side because the muffler here pushes that one out on the back of the 800 GS. So one of their kind of compiled systems is to have a 37 over there and then the 45 over here. I don't like going bigger than the 37 because I want to keep it as narrow as I can. You know, always concerned about clipping trees or rocks as I'm coming around. But again, I've banged these up quite a bit. They've taken a lot of beating, a lot of abuse, and they're still going really strong. Absolutely love these boxes. They're very lightweight. I like how you can take them on and off the bike very easily without having to do any finagling. Sometimes my bike is sort of buried in the garage after a day or so, and to get it out, I might have to take one of these off. With other panniers that I've had, having to unscrew and things like that, with a key, these just pop out. I can get the bike out of the garage and put them back on. So again, you can get these through Twisted Throttle. These are the SW-MOTECH TRAX ADVENTURE panniers. I'm Justin Lucas Savage at Backcountry Treks.